Hello, my name is Molapisi and welcome to yet another episode of Monday tsene with Pretoria Psychologist. On today's episode, what I'll be talking about, or rather my topic, I would like to say would be how do we as women strike a balance, or how can we as women strike a balance? We know that most women, we are involved in very different roles or in multiple roles, with some being mothers, having to wake up in the morning and bathe the kids, prepare them for school, with some having to be wives and fulfilling your roles in those departments, and also with some being students, where now you know that while you are a wife, while you are a mother, you are also a student. So assignments need to be done. Exams are on the way. You need to make sure that you perform in those roles. And also some are full-time workers, where you go to work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. And also you have a social life. You are a mother, you are a sister, you are an aunt, you are a friend, you are a colleague, and you might want to go and hang out and also balance that lifestyle. And also there's, you having your you time, especially for introverts who basically recharge whenever they pull themselves towards themselves. And that with all these roles, sometimes it can be very challenging to want to balance between the roles, because of you want to make sure that as a parent, as a wife, as a student, you basically perform in all of these areas. And sometimes we end up or have a tendency of questioning ourselves if we're actually doing the right job in a certain area. Am I being a good mother? Am I being a good student? When you sometimes, you have to submit assignment on the 30th and today is the 29th and you haven't even opened, a single question. And then you might question yourself, am I gonna pass? Am I going to be able to basically do my best in all of these roles? So sometimes all of these things can be very overwhelming, because you don't want to, for lack of a better word, fail in any of these departments, So how can we then try to make sure that we are performing best in all of these areas? So as my number one tip, I would say that we as women, we can, and remember these tips, they're not exhaustive, for other people, something different might work, which is also good. So the number one tip would be, you can draw up a schedule where, that, okay, today I'm from work, I'm working 8 hours, and then I'm coming back at a certain time. When you get back, what you can do is you cook, from me, for example, 5:30 up until 7:30, I'm cooking. And then come then 9 o'clock, I'm sitting down. I'm sitting down and I'm reading that article that I've been postponing for a very long time. So drawing up a schedule sometimes can really help, because of then you get into this routine where even your body gets used to the routine of, okay, this is what I'm doing. After this is what I'll do. After this is what I'll do. Which also leads to my second point of not procrastinating, or trying to resist the urge of procrastinating. I know sometimes it can be very challenging. The challenge is that sometimes, and I know many would attest to this, when we have procrastinated, or when you procrastinate, it actually, adds onto the stress or the anxiety that we might be having. Because this means that when we procrastinate, say for example, today you were after work, you're supposed to read an article and decided, I'm watching my Netflix, I'm chilling, I'll see it. Then you see it tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow you were supposed to be, let's say, on page 19 of the article, which means that now you are not on page 18, you are on page 1. So this now adds the stress to what you are supposed to be doing, because of what you have procrastinated. So I think resisting the urge to procrastinating also can help. And also avoiding distractions. I once saw a meme that said that you are on your books or the article for like 5 minutes and you take a break, you go on TikTok or you go on Instagram or on Facebook, and you are there for like the entire hour. Do you understand? So if you know that, okay, I know my weakness, or I know that if I'm going on a TikTok, then that's gonna take me a whole hour that I could have done to maybe finish that article that you needed to do. Then you put your phone away, as you can put it on silent. Either you can switch off the data, but to try to avoid distractions. And distractions are also not limited to a phone. They can be maybe music. Some people are finding it hard to concentrate when they listen to their favorite music. That means you can maybe take it lower. Some other people, they find it soothing when they study with music or when they're working with music. That's also fine and well. But the point is for you to, find what could be a distraction to you, and then see to it that you manage the distraction, or that the distraction does not distract you in such a way that you'll end up focusing on it than the activity that you're supposed to be doing. The other thing is knowing your strength and also knowing your weaknesses. So basically, don't try to do everything by yourself. Ask for help. Know your limits. It's always okay to ask your little sister or your mom or your husband, whoever that you could be living with, hey, you know what, today I'm tired, can you please do the dishes for me? Or hey, today I'm tired, can you please cook for me? Or I want to catch up on work, or I want to go out with my husband or go out with your friends. Can someone help you to do 1, 2, 3, or to be with the kids? But basically knowing your strength, basically to say that, okay, I can't do this, can somebody help me, or ask for help. And the second but not least would be knowing your peaks and your downtime, meaning knowing your where you are most functional, or where you have the most energy. So you leave the tasks that are high demanding, or that demand you to maybe to concentrate at the time where it is your peak time, not at the time where it is your downtime. Say, for example, I'm going to be giving examples a lot in terms of students, but say, for example, from 9 o'clock in the evening, or in the evening, it is your downtime. Then you don't leave activities like studying or doing the assignments that's due or that demands that you concentrate around that time. You leave it maybe, let's say, in the morning, if that is your peak time, where you know that around this time in the morning, around 5 a.m., that's where I'm actually concentrating a lot or the most. Then you do it around that time. And the other one, which is the last one, would be that just have your time. Have your time, reboot, refresh, and take care of yourself as a woman. And that can take different ways for a lot of us women, as we are very different. It can be that for you, taking care of yourself or showing yourself some self-love would be going out with your friends, where you go and you have a good time. It could be that you take yourself out alone, where you are going to a massage, or it could be as simple as Netflixing and chilling, or it could be you sleeping. That's fine. That might be your definition of recharging and rebooting. And the main aim, as long as is you at the end of the day feeling that you're giving yourself some self-love, some self-care, then that's very fine. And remember, you cannot pour from an empty cup. Well, I hope that you also found this installment very useful. Until I see you again, thank you.